Stephen Strange has found himself in a fragile peace after the chaos of the multiverse. He spends his time studying forbidden dimensions, haunted by echoes of the Darkhold's corruption. Every spell he casts seems to carry whispers from worlds he can't control. His nights are restless, filled with visions of a shattered sky and a woman's voice calling his name from beyond existence. Strange knows it's not over. Something bigger is coming, something older than the multiverse itself. One night, the Sanctum Sanctorum trembles with unnatural energy. A tear opens above the relic room, revealing fragments of multiple realities colliding. Wong arrives, urging Stephen to seal it, but when Strange peers through, he sees Christine Palmer. Only she's not from his universe. This version of Christine warns him that her world is being erased by an entity that feeds on timelines. Before he can help, her image collapses into nothingness, leaving behind a mark glowing like a dying star. Haunted by Christine's disappearance, Strange travels to Camartage to consult the ancient texts once locked away by the Sorcerer Supreme before him. Wong cautions him that meddling with the fabric of time again could bring catastrophic consequences. But Strange, stubborn and desperate, opens a forbidden portal into the temporal nexus. Inside, he encounters echoes of his past selves, each warning him not to take another step. Yet he pushes forward, driven by guilt and curiosity alike. In the Nexus, Strange meets Clea, his lover from the dark dimension, now scarred and battle-worn. She tells him the multiverse is collapsing because of a being known as Chronos, the Time Devourer. Chronos is feeding on broken realities caused by the incursion Strange triggered when merging universes. Clea insists that they must find the heart of eternity, a cosmic relic that can either restore or erase all existence. Strange vows to help, even if it means confronting the mistakes he made. Their journey begins in the ruins of a forgotten universe, one where heroes turned into gods and gods turned to dust. Strange and Clea search for fragments of time crystals that lead to the heart's location. But Chronos' heralds, shadowy entities known as the Temporal Shades, hunt them across dimensions. Each encounter drains their power, leaving Strange weakened and Clea increasingly unstable. He begins to question whether they are saving reality or just delaying its inevitable end. Meanwhile, back in their home reality, Wong senses the ripple effects of Strange's interference. Dimensions begin to overlap. New York flickers with visions of alternate histories. America Chavez returns, her powers more refined but unstable. She warns Wong that she's seen infinite versions of Strange, and most of them end the same way, consumed by the very forces they try to control. Wong prepares the sorcerers for war, knowing Strange's actions will soon bring Chronos to their world. Strange and Clea find themselves trapped in a world frozen in time, where every living being is suspended mid-motion. Here, Strange encounters a younger version of himself, one who never became a sorcerer. This version is kind, humble, and unscarred by magic. It shakes him to his core. He realizes that every spell he's cast has chipped away at his humanity, turning him into a weapon rather than a man. Clea urges him to focus, but he can't shake the vision. Chronos finally reveals himself, an enormous, godlike being composed of clockwork and starlight. He tells Strange that time was never meant to have a master, and every act of magic that bends time weakens reality's spine. Chronos offers Strange a choice: surrender his powers and restore balance, or watch the multiverse crumble. Strange refuses, igniting a battle that tears through centuries and galaxies alike. During the fight, Strange taps into the remnants of the Darkhold energy still buried within him. It amplifies his strength but begins to consume his mind. Clea tries to pull him back, reminding him that he's not a god, but a man who once saved lives without magic. The words cut deep. Strange halts mid-spell, realizing he's becoming the very monster he swore to defeat. In that moment of clarity, Chronos strikes, shattering his soul across timelines. Strange awakens in a barren void, surrounded by echoes of his other selves, each representing a fragment of his broken soul. To return, he must face his own arrogance, regret, and fear. Each echo tests him, forcing him to relive every failure. The loss of Christine, the fall of Kamartaj, the deaths he couldn't prevent. Only when he forgives himself does the void dissolve, and his spirit reassembles into one. He emerges transformed, calmer, wiser, and more human than before. Meanwhile, Clea confronts Chronos alone, channeling energy from the dark dimension. Her power is unmatched, but Chronos feeds on time itself, rendering her attacks meaningless. As she falters, Strange reappears, his aura glowing with pure light. Not magic, but life force. Together, they weave a spell that connects every living being across all universes, reminding time itself why it exists, to let life flourish, not fade. The spell consumes Chronos, unraveling him into stardust. But the price is immense. The heart of eternity begins to collapse, threatening to erase everything once more. Strange realizes someone must stay behind to stabilize the timelines. Clea begs him not to do it, but he smiles softly, saying, "I've broken time enough. It's time I mend it." They share one final kiss before he steps into the heart's core. Reality resets. Clea awakens in the Sanctum Sanctorum, memories of Strange fading like dreams. Wong stands beside her, holding a relic that hums with Strange's essence. The world feels renewed, the sky clear. Yet deep within the relic, an eye opens. The eye of Agamotto glowing with Stephen's consciousness, trapped between time and eternity. Weeks later, America Chavez returns, sensing a faint energy signature from another universe. She follows it and glimpses a shadowed figure standing in the mirror realm. It's Strange, or what's left of him. His voice echoes faintly, "Don't open the door, not yet." America realizes his story isn't over. In another realm, Chronos' essence reforms into something smaller, smarter, seated within a mortal mind on Earth. The cycle begins anew, suggesting time can never truly be tamed. Wong warns Clea that the next threat might not come from beyond the multiverse, but from within it. Clea takes up the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme, vowing to protect the balance Strange gave his life for. Yet, she keeps searching for ways to bring him back, convinced his soul still watches over them. Every night, she stands at the window of the sanctum, whispering into the stars, "Come home, Stephen." The final scene reveals a distant planet where Strange's astral form drifts through time, surrounded by glowing sigils. He smiles faintly and mutters, "There's always another chance." His cloak of levitation floats beside him, fluttering like a heartbeat in the void. Then, the screen fades to black, leaving a single line of text shimmering across the darkness. Dr. Strange will return,